You know, one of my favorite ways to fish, especially after about June post-spawn, all the way through the fall, is with the football jig. And, you know, they make a variety of sizes. I basically try and use half to 3/4, depending on how deep I'm going to be fishing. When I'm fishing a football jig, I really concentrate on half, 5/8, and 3/4, depending on the water depth. You know, the half I'm going to use in shallower water when there's less wind. When you get a little wind, 5/8. When you get a lot of wind or you get out in that 30, 40 feet of water, the 3/4 is going to work well. I kind of mix it up with the trailers. I'm going to use 2 different types of trailers. One, when I want a lot of movement of the bait, I'm going to use a Zoom twin tail. This is a Fat Albert twin tail. That moves the most water, triggers those bites when I'm hopping the jig. When I'm dragging the jig or the fish are a little finicky or you're catching a lot of smallmouth and spotted bass, I'm going to use something a little slenderer. This is a Zoom Ultravive Speed Craw. It's got a little movement, but nice slender profile. Really looks like a crawfish when it's attached to the back of that jig. One of the things I've noticed over the years is some days they want it on the bottom, constantly dragging it, very similar to a Carolina rig. But you want to experiment with this because, you know, the next day you're out, a lot of times they like it hopping it up off the bottom, allowing it to fall. So when you're deep fishing like that, don't always do the same type of retrieve. You know, I'll make a couple casts when I start out the morning before I've actually caught a fish. I'm going to make a couple casts, dragging it consistently on the bottom where it stays in contact. Then I'm going to make a couple casts on an area before I ever leave, hopping that bait a little bit. And you'll be amazed, a lot of times, the windier it is, the more they want it on the bottom, the calmer it is, like the day we have here, that's when you catch those fish hopping it. I don't know if it's just coming up off the bottom and falling and it's more of a reaction bite, similar to that of a deep diving crankbait or something of that nature. So make sure when you're out here structure fishing, especially with a football jig, you try a few different ways of bringing it in before you decide they're not biting on it, because I've seen it where it makes all the difference in the world dragging it versus hopping it or vice versa. So it'll help put a few fish in the boat, and it's one of those things that can really turn on the light switch and can save the day from a poor day to a great day.